a cornbread update. All right, cornbread update. As y'all know, I've been doing this new series called the Cornbread Chronicles. Um, the reason I really chose, well, like probably like, why is he into cornbread? Let me just give a little background on that. The reason I chose to do something like this is because one, I know there's one thing that our people go crazy over. I mean, besides people going crazy over sex, people go crazy over food. I would say that's like maybe above number, maybe above sex. I ain't gonna lie. Like there's some people. I believe there's women, right? Yeah, there's definitely women out there, right? Let me know in the comment section. You prefer a man to take you out on your first date to a nice dinner, right? Rather than to straight to a hotel. I don't know. I'm just saying. I mean, there probably are women who'll be like, look, just take me straight to the hotel. We can skip the meal. I don't know. But I would say that food is definitely number one. People would prefer like, okay, if we gonna go, if a woman gonna go hang out on a date, whatever, well, her man, she probably honestly would prefer to go to a nice restaurant as opposed to a nice hotel. All right. So for starters, I would say that is, since food is such a major like draw, um, I decided that, being that I feel that a lot of times when it comes to these crystals and everything, people are not really interested. I'm gonna be real. A lot of people be like, well, what's up with these crystals? You know, they got a smirk on their face. But I ain't never heard nobody go, what's up with that food? Like they don't want to eat. Like everybody eats every day, but everybody doesn't engage with crystals every day. So, um, now part of my Cornbread Chronicles, what I'm leading up to, just so everybody knows, is what we call. I'm going to be doing these pop-ups. It's going to be called the Cornbread Factory. At the Cornbread Factory, not only are you going to be able to have some delicious cornbread along with my herbal teas and other things, delicious things on the menu, which we are adding, but you will also be entertained, not by just myself with my music, but I got my daughters, the Ori Angels. I got my sons. All right, that uh, I'm gearing up. I'm actually, just like I'm making this cornbread, I'm kind of like molding and shaping my children into. But not only will my family, us, myself, Craig the Creator, Ori Angels, but I'm also going to have outside guest, special guest appearances. So like if you're I'm really looking for people that are doing something inspirational, something different, something beyond your typical what people are used to hearing to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to really be like what they doing mainstream as far as entertaining that whole sometimes negative energy. But I really, it's gonna be one. It's gonna be a feel good music. It's gonna be inspirational. So therefore, when people come out to the Cornbread Factory, all right, which I know the draw is gonna be the cornbread. Not only be able to get some cornbread, they'll be able to um, enjoy some entertainment, some soulful entertainment. So this is kind of like a soul. You could kind of consider it a soul food restaurant because it's something for your soul. It's beyond just the food, but it's something. The message through the music is gonna be so soulful that is gonna help the soul to elevate. All right. So I'm gearing up to do these pop-ups. Right now, the first ones are gonna be definitely in North Carolina. Um, as far as exactly which area of North Carolina, just know that it's gonna be somewhere around Raleigh, um, or the outskirts of Raleigh. I'm just gonna say it like that. All right, for now. So if anybody is next to, I don't know, let me know in the comment section what where you live, what cities are you from? Because I mean, if I get enough demand from a certain city, I'll pull up with my cornbread. All right. I'll pull up with the Cornbread Factory. I ain't we be in the Cornbread Factory on wheels. So um that's what's happening. And the next thing I'm gonna do for episode 2 for the Cornbread Chronicles, all right, is me showing how I'm making the cornbread is for my new batch. Cause my first batch of cornbread, it actually fell apart a bit. It wasn't like totally flimsy, but I want I would prefer it to, when you cut it, it stays as like one solid piece. So when I'm serving it, people will get one solid piece. All right. And I want to know from y'all, do y'all prefer, you think I should do the cornbread as cornbread muffins or cornbread in a pan? Anybody in the chat, could you give me your feedback on that? Cornbread muffins or cornbread in a pan? How would you prefer to receive it? If you were to get a piece of cornbread, would you like it to be served to you as a muffin or like uh like a triangular shape slice? Um, well, not triangle, rectangular or triangular. Triangular would mean that I would have to I would cook it into right now I'm looking into like cooking them into a cast iron round cast iron pan. Where I'm gonna make it nice and buttery. Um, so right now the next batch of cornbread I'm seeking to make sure that it's not too sweet. Someone said that it was a bit too sweet for them. So I'm gonna tone down the sweetness because I did go hard with the maple syrup. All right. And I'm going to also reduce the oil. But actually, I might take out some butter and just use oil instead of butter because I think certain oils, such as um, whether it be olive oil or grapeseed oil, they are actually very healthy for you as opposed to butter. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of leaning towards more of the healthy route. So before I batched up together on both butter and oil in the batch. So I think that loosens it up a bit. So I'm going to reduce the butter and the melted butter in the original mix. And I'm going to be adding some cornmeal. I'm going to select a special cornmeal that I, because I was using a box of Jiffy, but right now I'm going to blend a box of Jiffy with some cornmeal to give that real cornbread feel. You know what I'm saying? Um, if anybody out there wants to give any comments, suggestions on what they think makes a good piece of cornbread, I would be open to hearing that. All right. Because I ain't gonna lie, I know some of y'all out there like really way more advanced than I am when it comes to cooking and baking and all this stuff. Um I've done it, don't get me wrong, I'll cook cornbread, but I'm not like I wouldn't consider myself as someone who went to school to be a chef per se. You know what I'm saying? But yet like culinary arts. But I do feel that because I'm creative, that I do have the culinary arts within me because from what I know, my grandfather, he is one of the best chefs ever. Um, he actually was a chef for the Navy, so he's used to cooking for hundreds of people, and my family was always pleased with his meals. So rest in power to my grandfather George Allen, and so I believe that that DNA does run through my bones. I do enjoy serving people. There are people who get excited when it comes to serving others. Like particularly Virgos are good for that. Virgos are the pure one. They're considered like the pure virgin type energy that loves to serve. You know what I'm saying? Sort of like the Virgin Mary energy when you think of Virgo, Virgin. But as a Sagittarius, we are very we love to take care of our families and to give them, let me try this question answer sticker, music loud or quiet. I'm gonna put cornbread sweet, cornbread sweet or less sweet. Let's just say it like that. All right. So that's the question I want to know today. If y'all could just answer that. If y'all could answer that question right there. Um, do you like your cornbread sweet or less sweet? Huh? Let me know. Which one do you prefer? If you was to get a piece of cornbread, would you want it sweet or less sweet? If you could just answer that question. This is a new feature that YouTube added in, so just trying it out. All right. I haven't really been doing YouTube lives that much, so I'm gonna start doing it more often, being that I'm doing the Cornbread Chronicles. So y'all gonna go along with me in this journey. And this next episode, as I was saying, it's gonna be I'm gonna be making the cornbread less sweet. All right. And let me see what I got written down here because I did write down next. I'm fixing the sweetness and I'm perfecting the structure. All right. That's what I'm aiming for. I feel like I could I'm gonna fix the sweetness where it may not be so sweet. I have a sweet tooth, but a lot of people are not. So and I think that a way a person can add sweetness afterwards is they can either pour some maple syrup on it or they could also put some jelly on it. That adds some sweetness to the cornbread. So that's why I don't have a problem toning down the sweetness. All right. So we're gonna do that. Cause last time I put like a lot of maple syrup. So this time I'm gonna cut the maple syrup in half. And so this way when we do cut the slice of cornbread, boom, it's gonna be to perfection. Whether it's a square, it's a whatever it is. All right, so that's what's happening. Cornbread Chronicles. Thank y'all for watching and look out for my cornbread. It's coming to a city near you. Cause hey, I will be able to ship it eventually. If it gets to that point, we'll see. Or y'all could just pull up for a piece. We'll see how it goes. All right. Just, I'm enjoying the journey and I hope you enjoying it with me. All right, y'all. Namaste. The God in me, honest the God and goddess in you. Peace. Signing out.